All right, guys, what is going on, dude? What is good? What up, man? There we go. Welcome to Wall Street Wednesday. Good old Wall Street Wednesday. It is Wednesday, August 7th, 2024, middle of the week, middle of the day. So the week's about halfway over. So we got the rest of today's PM session, the rest of today's equities, really. And then we got Thursday and Friday, and then that'll be it. Then that will be it. So there was some precision, and then there was some not so much. So I guess we'll talk about it, go through it, take a look at a few things, and then go from there. So earlier I think I said 53.81. No. Yeah, for ES, I think I said 53.81, and that might have been a little overzealous. 53.81 was way up here. I think I mentioned that like back when price was a little bit higher, and we've ripped. So that's what I'm saying. Like that wasn't all that precise. So I'll open up with that. Open up with, not being perfect, just so that way you guys don't think like I'm coming on here and then winning every trade or not taking break evens or stuff like that. So break even day for me basically, and I'm cool with that. A break even is always better than a loss. It's not fun, it's not ideal, but in that regard it's always better than a loss. So drop a like if you guys are ready to get started today. You guys are ready to get started. It's pretty much impossible to explain every single thing that goes through my mind when I'm looking at charts, especially when I'm cycling through indices or I'm cycling through currencies, stuff like that. Anthony with the thumbs down. What happened? What'd I do? Let's see, Abra J, what's good? Larry, one of our newer members, what's good? G, Naruto, Bell, Big James, Willow, Jonas, hello. Iberneth, Zay, Cody, one of our newer members as well. Welcome to the SMS community. Make sure to join the Discord by going to your Discord user settings, going to connections, and then signing into your YouTube channel in that widget or whatever it's called. And then you'll be able to see the SMS Discord to join. So make sure you guys do that if you are a member here. And if you're not a member, you can become a member. You can click the join button down below. It's only 25 bucks a month. You get a lot of shit. Okay. So there's that. What's good? Anthony, Natasha, Cameron, another clean day. Managed to get myself clat with a shitty entry, but still appreciate the art. I'm not sure what to say to that. And that, to be honest though, I think it shows maturity, right? When you can take a loss, whether it's real money, demo, combine, challenge, paper, whatever, I think it really shows maturity when you can say, you know what, I took a loss, but it was still clean. Like I still see what happened or what I missed. Like it's still like the concepts and price delivery, it all still works. It's just maybe we got it wrong or the timing was off or something. It's like you own the mistake and you still recognize the cleanliness of the market. So I definitely think that is a sign of maturity. So I think that's great. What's good? Marvelous, Eric, 2020, Lucas, Edgar, Anthony blowing up the chat. Jesus, we're gonna have to put a limit on you, dog. We're gonna have to put you in a timeout like we did with Mia. Oh, we haven't done that in a while. What's good, Cody? What's good, Grauberg? Leon, Let me know if I missed you. I'll shout you out. Drop a like, guys. We got 45 people on here. We only have 20 likes, man. You guys always wait for me to tell you. You always wait for me. You always wait. The bias was London low after previous day's high or previous day high. So I can't be mad. I was just at work on my phone with shitty signal. Would have 100% been a dub if I was at the trade station. Well, just tell your boss, man. Just go up to your boss and be like, boss, first of all, you're a bitch. Secondly, I'm going to check charts at certain times of the day. And I'm going to need you to not complain when I do that. Because I'm trying to leave this shitty McGee job respectfully. Respectfully. Right? Oh, I'm my boss? Oh, shit. Well, I'm not really sure what to say to that. I'm not really sure what to say to that. Or what to say to that. Shorted the inverted imbalance. Yeah, that's what I want to talk about too right here. I'll talk about that in just a second. When it comes to indices, says Lucas, do you think the London liquidity is the most important thing you look at? It's not the most important, but it is very important. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, one thing I shared earlier this week on, I think it was Monday and yesterday, one thing I shared was what? Sunday's gap. You remember that, right? Even though the PM session yesterday absolutely dominated lower, which I was not expecting that. It was, frankly, it was actually kind of funny. You know, but, right? Remember that? Let me take off everything from back in there so we can just focus on today. Right? So you remember that Sunday's gap. Friday's close, Sunday's open, and Sunday ripped. We left that behind. We tapped into that on Monday in the Asian session, okay? Then we traded into that again on Tuesday, yesterday afternoon. We traded deeper into that above Monday's high, but never really closed it in or filled it in, as some would say. But we did do that this morning. So personally, I thought we were going to continue higher. And that actually has to deal a lot with the triple Qs and with SPY. So clearly, I was wrong. So, what's good, Ricky? Ricky, are you short? Did you cover below London's low? Or at least partial below London's low? Because I'm going to ban you if you don't TP. You're getting booted. You're getting booted. Swinging the CFD. Okay, that's fine, I guess then. Where was I going with that? That's right, Sunday's gap. So we traded into that this morning, but this morning was a little bit mixed, and that's usually not a problem. But man, this is really hard to put into words. When you have Nasdaq trading higher and ES was also higher, equities, we dipped a little bit, but we ultimately trade higher. Okay, this is the part that's questionable, and this is why earlier I was saying, you know, Dow Jones, like, what is this shit? So equities open, we trade lower, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And when it does that, and you guys know this already, when one of them does something the other two don't, that's either accumulation or distribution, right? It's either going to be seeking a low or seeking a high, right? And so we understand like, oh yeah, that's manipulation. The problem this morning with Dow is, yes, it trades lower. Again, if I show you 830, ES dips a little bit, but it trades higher into 835, 9 or 850, right? NQ, same thing. It equities opens, it dips a little bit, but then it launches higher for Sunday's gap. But that same 830 candle for Dow dips lower like this and then trades off of it. It's like, okay, well, that's great. But what does it take? What low does it take? I don't know, right? I didn't really, see anything that caught my eye. I mean, I guess it takes this low. Sure. Right? But then it leaves London's low. It just leaves that. So it's like, okay, well, what do we do with that then? The 835 candle, okay, that becomes the NCE, the next candle entry, which means I'm going to start looking for longs at 835. Only reason, only justification that I have for that, two things. Okay, and I wish I did. I fucking wish I did, dude, because I missed out on that. I ended up not doing it because I like psyched myself out a little bit. And I watched this and started crying. So, there's some insight that you don't need to write down. These highs right here. Okay. These highs are, I think, equal. And then even adding that 8 o'clock central high here, that makes low resistant highs. So let's pause for a second. What were some of the things that you learned yesterday? Let's see if we can get some chat participation. What were some of the things that we talked about yesterday, specifically regarding the low resistant highs and the imbalances? So I gave you like 3 or 4 things when it comes to imbalances. What were they? And then I also defined for everybody, for the public, it's a free stream. I gave you the exact definition of low resistant lows and low resistant highs. So what is the definition for low resistant highs? How can we identify that? Specific, unambiguous, precise criteria. What are low resistant highs? You let me know. Oh, and we're still ripping. Jesus. So I probably won't even trade today, like anymore today. Break even. I'm like, oh, I'm done. So missed this move. Broke even on Nasdaq. We're taking, a massive dump lower. So I'm just gonna chalk up the day and leave. Let's see. So capitalist says the right high is slightly lower than the left high. I'll take it. Liquidity target. I'll take it. Naruto says imbalances and a discount for longs. Imbalances that form after liquidity run. Perfect. That's what I was looking for. That second part right there. The discount, that's fine. That's a good answer. And that is one of the things I said. But the most important thing here, you already see it. It's an imbalance actually that formed prior to liquidity. That's what I was looking for. So yes, low resistance. I know I asked you 2 questions and I probably shouldn't have did that. Low resistant highs, where the high on the right is slightly lower than the high on the left. That's what low resistant highs are. So that's what we have right here. We have a high right there, And then we have a slightly lower high right there, right? That's simple. That's easy. That, I mean, a 3-year-old could be, you know, you can ask a 3-year-old, is that lower? Yes. Okay. Don't overcomplicate it. So you got low resistance highs here. One of the things I gave you yesterday was not just the imbalance that forms on the way to liquidity. That is one. But I told you also the imbalance that forms, excuse me, prior to the liquidity run. Unless I didn't. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did. But if I didn't, well, I'll do it now just to make sure you have it. Okay? So right here, and again, that low at 39,268, that's why I didn't long this, because I was like, well, that London low is still open. So I hesitated and then I missed it. And I'm like, wow. So anyway, we do run whatever low that is. It's like a intra London session low. Okay. That gets taken, but remember, while the other indices are going higher, because all of them launched here. Okay. It's just Dow had that deeper retracement. So right at 834, look at where that candle closes. It closes outside. Oh, that's such a... Okay. That up candle, okay, closes outside of the parameters of that imbalance. Okay. So then look at the bodies here. Look at the bodies here. Okay. Then we send all the way through that and all the way for previous day's high. And then obviously the down candle here can become what? That can become a long. Does that make sense? So again, 830, we trade lower, run stops, just not the stops that I wanted. The imbalance that formed on the way there got traded through here. So then this becomes an inverse or an inversion. Doesn't matter what you call it, as long as you understand its function. Okay. Now I was watching this too, and to be fair, I think if I did trade this, I might have breaking even on that if I was going to do something there. But there's a small imbalance right there. And look at all the bodies. The wicks are trading into it, but the bodies are respecting it. Then we launch. So discount here as well, based on this high down to this low. That's obviously below 50%. Okay, if we measure that down to that. Oh, well, right at 50%, but it trades into the discount. 50% is 39,386, and it trades to 380. That's at 80 level as well. All right, I keep getting questions on this. I don't know if it's just like new people coming in to the, membership that we have here, but a lot of people keep asking about the 0 levels, 80 levels, 20 levels, all that shit. That's at 80 level right there, inside of a inverted imbalance in a discount as a retracement on the way to liquidity after it crossed 50%. Okay. And so I know that might sound like a lot, and it might be, but let me just do the GAN instead, because the fib has a lot of stuff on it. Okay. So that 834 candle not only closed outside the parameter of the imbalance here, but it also crosses 50% and closes about 50% too. The cross is all you need, right? Shout out to Jesus. But the closing above 50%, like, that's even better. So then, yeah, discount, inverted imbalance, 80 level, there it is. And we launch. So that's great. And here's how the rest of the day went for Dow, at least. So we trade off of that all the way back down, you know, near the equities open, close to it. Then we trade up and make equal highs. It's like, okay, cool. You know, I'll watch it, but we don't take that low to go up there. So we retrace. Nothing is there on the 1 minute time frame, but the 5 minute time frame is respecting this imbalance here. Then Dow has the green light to go for the low from equities open and London's low. So look, all in all, I still gave you the bullish bias. I still want higher indices. You know, that's just me. But you cannot argue with price. You can't argue with price action. So if I want to be bullish, but we have open liquidity on the downside, right? If we take everything off of here, what does that low make? What does that low make? Low resistant lows, because we have a low here and then we have a slightly higher low here. So this actually makes low resistant lows. And so that imbalance, right, immediately trades lower. We trade a little bit higher during lunch. Lunch is usually asked to trade because of shit like this. It'll consolidate for 30 minutes and make you want to just punch a baby or something. But there's an imbalance right there, which it respects, and then it rips right for the lows. So this is, again, I wanted to be bullish, but in hindsight, that right there, that's what a low resistant liquidity run looks like. It has no issues going lower. Eli. I was a gamer for a long time, so I might say some off the wall shit. But imbalance respected, easily falls off. Large down candles, small slow up candles during lunch, and then the carnage continues for the lows. So basically, we had a low resistant liquidity run in the morning to go higher for previous day's high, and then we completely shift gears and low resistant liquidity run lower. Okay, so how can you identify stuff like that? To be fair, I didn't see it at the time. You know, I might have overlooked it just because of my bias, and that's, you know, a mistake, obviously. But when you look at these lows, okay, they're different, or no. These lows are different. With Nasdaq, okay, it's entirely different. The Nasdaq has equal lows here. So this is what I was breaking even on today. And I know what some of you might think. Oh my God, John, you're longing with equal lows. No, why would you do that? Because I put on risk, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Okay. I thought it was reaccumulation on a higher time frame. I was going to say leave the lows open, jam it higher. Okay. That was the idea. Clearly, I was wrong. Entry, 495. Okay. This is a 5 level, nothing crazy. Right inside that imbalance here. Wick entry. We make a new high on a 1 minute. Okay, cool. Jam my stop. I think it was like 10 points. It was nothing phenomenal. It was nothing crazy. And then break even. Okay, not a big deal. We completely trade through that imbalance here. Okay, well, what does that mean? If it ain't bullish, what is it? If it's not bullish, my friends, bearish, right? But a lows. So, and on a 1 minute time frame, these would make low resistant highs. So that's what the thought process was as well. Now, you know, to look at it now, right? To look at the day. You know, what's the lesson there? number one, longing with equal lows is a goober strategy. Okay, so there's that. Because we already have videos on that. There's a video, top 10 smart money trading rules. I don't know what number it is, but one of them is don't long with equal lows. So that was a rule that was, disregarded. Number two, logically, this is at the higher end of Sunday's gap. The higher end of Sunday's gap can technically be a premium if you were to divide the gap in half. The same way we do imbalances when they're large, right? Same thing. This is at the higher end of Sunday's gap. So, plus, if you think about it, London is here. Okay, London starts here. It trades lower. And what was the focus during London? Like, what took place during London? Okay, it was predominantly what? Bullish. Someone traded the lows down here. Someone was in here, buying below old lows or buying imbalances and shit. Somebody was doing that. So somebody's up on the day currently, meaning like when you're looking at it like this, when everything right now hasn't printed yet and you're looking at live price, the focus has been what? It was bullish. We see higher highs and we see higher lows. Okay. So there's going to be trailing stops, not just at London's low, but at this low, at that low, and for damn sure at equal lows. Okay. So that's what that looks like. All right. For the day currently. I want to see what we do down here, how we react, if we get a reaction at all here at London's low. 80 level here as well. The 180s right there. And that's what that looks like. So I probably won't touch this. I probably won't do anything here, to be honest. I don't see a reason to do anything personally. And then London's low for ES is right here. And it looks like we gave that a pretty nasty run too. 15 points below London's low. So there's a measured move for you. Oh, exactly. There's no perfection in trading, right? But I've told you for years that price below old lows can go how far? For ES specifically, they can go down 5. Right? They can go down 10. And they can go down 15. And that, my friends, puts you right there. Right? There's no perfection in trading. Okay. Whatever you say, dog. Whatever you say. I'm not going to argue it. So there's a measured move, okay, below London's low. So, I mean, we could trade higher from here, but this is why I'm not interested in today. Taking Tuesday's high and then taking London's low, right? So we've cleared the board basically. So once we do that, right, once the market attacks liquidity and then seeks opposing liquidity, once that opposing liquidity is met, I have no idea what it wants to do after that. Because that's like the majority of the move, right? Like that to me is the range. Like that's it. Like this morning, I'll give you an example. For Dow. This right here would have been enough for the day. If I wouldn't have hesitated here with the inverted imbalance or something was on the 5-minute here. I think there was a gap or something on the 5-minute. Yeah, right there. Which, it looks, I mean, the Dow Jones does weird shit and everybody knows that. right? It does weird shit like this. So we had that too. And it's like, okay, well, that could be enough. And I decided not to. But again, the point is we took some level of liquidity, shifted in price delivery, ran the low resistant highs, and then even hit previous day's high. So any entry down in here with an exit like up here, like 570 or even like 600, 620. I don't know if it hit that. No. But, you know, 150, 200 points in the morning like that, that's enough. And then after that, I don't know, you know, what it would do. So this is where we're at. All right, trading below old lows. So anyway, you guys have any questions for me? Because that's all that I got. I want to give you something high probability. I want to have a lot of confidence here, and I don't. I don't have the confidence to come out and say, oh, I think 410, maybe, but I just don't have the confidence for that. We filled Sunday's gap, right? We actually overshot that, and that's not uncommon, in Tuesday's high. So we ran liquidity and then saw opposing liquidity. So at this point, I don't know. I don't want to put money on this going higher. I would rather watch it trade higher and not, you know, be in it today. So that's kind of what the thought process was. Oh, that's right. We got to go over euro and dollar index. That was pretty nasty. I'll go over that too. So it was after, but that was based on the context of YMZ. Equities open being below the lows. Was good. Slim. I don't know if I said hey to you earlier. And Carlos and Roman and George. What up? Distribution above liquidity area was nice. So when Dow was resisting that 39,600, it was like up here somewhere. Up here. I don't think I saw your question. Oh, Dow was resisting at 600 level. You kind of know you can look for a sell. I wouldn't have shorted up here. And I damn sure wouldn't have shorted with equal highs. Even though I longed with equal lows like a retard. But there was reason for that. And there's a reason I managed my stop so aggressively. So, but I wouldn't have done that. Why regular and electronic trading hours are different from each other, and which one to follow if I trade futures. Both. Follow both of them. And when they both align, that's when you get the banger trades. Went to long S&P an hour ago, 5-minute inversion. I got stopped out. What would you say to that? An hour ago was the middle of lunch, Carlos. That was like back in here somewhere. All right. 5-minute inversion. Oh, right here? No. No. That is an inversion, sure. But London's low is there. And obviously, you know, we have the benefit of hindsight now, but Dow, same thing. Dow was here malingering right above these low resistant lows. So why would you long ES when Dow is getting ready to rip ass? Nope. No. So No. Let me see. I was seeing a mitigation setup on gold today. Oh, dude, I looked at the metals. They look horrible to me. But I'll take a look at it. Student liquidity at 740 and then makes a higher high and leaves an imbalance. When we leave a higher low just above. Ooh, you know what, Slim? Post the chart, Slim. Post the chart in the Discord and I'll look at it after the stream is over. That way I can see exactly what you're seeing. Why are you on charts so late? It's closing soon. I don't know what you're talking about. The PM session still has over 2 hours. And I stream the same time every day. So I'm going to stream whether, you know, I'm going to stream no matter what. Made a little 300 piece on the micro and manually locked my ass out. Try again tomorrow. No, Willow, I like that. You know, I like that manual lockout. That's good. Oof. That 1 hour. We might have a bullish close on this hour, chat. Carlos, I typically don't trade during lunch. I do sometimes. I've done it before. I did it recently, but I usually don't. Too early on Nasdaq shorts. Didn't expect that it would go so high for a second time, says George. Why not? And I don't know which high you're referring to as far as the second time. Because that run above Sunday's gap never made a new high. So we're just setting up all types of low resistant highs. Yeah, Willow, I understand. That's why I'm not doing anything for the rest of today. Because, like, I remember days like this. If I try to force something and just end up, you know, making a bad day worse. So I'm just going to chalk it up as I'll see you tomorrow. So, like, and I'm from the US, so I don't trade London. Yeah, Willow, paper is fine. You can do whatever you want on paper. So anyway, let's go over to the euro. There was a lot more precision over there that I gave you. Gave it to you. It was the low was, we actually ran a previous low and then ran higher, but I do want to explain that, okay? Because let me see if we can do this. All right. Now, this is what I shared on Facebook, just, you know, free for the public. It doesn't have markups on it. But for those of you that are watching, okay, I did share this in the Discord today at 8:13 a.m. I said 109.28 is what I'm looking at for the euro. I had mentioned euro a few texts prior to this. That nothing else has a 109.2 price level for today. I said 109.03, basically 109 even, has lows, but I think those will remain open. Think we'll see 1.0928 and higher. So at the time of this screenshot, 9:44 this morning, about 3 hours ago, yeah, we got all the way up to right around the 30s. So we overshot the 28, went right up into the 30s. Okay, very easy. So how can I get to this? How do you know if lows are going to be open or if the highs are going to be open? You know, stuff like that. Does anybody know? Or does anybody have an answer for that? How do you know? right? Because these lows down here, I said, I think that's going to be left open, in which it was. We went higher, right, for that. Why, you know, how can I do that? Not that I'm trying to show off, but, you know, how can I do that? Yes, Jonas. Long the leader, short the laggard. Yes. That's usually the best way to do it. But if you don't want to, the one that mitigates usually, or excuse me, the one that manipulates usually mitigates. So if you like that instead, you can still short leaders and long laggards. But it's usually, the moves aren't going to be as explosive or as exponential. But there you go. The high that was created at 10 a.m. I don't know. Slim says relative strength. Naruto says, I think relative strength. George says equal highs. Okay. For this last portion of today, I want you to think back to yesterday. And I know I always do this, but I do it on purpose. What would be the opposite? Let's do this, okay? Because you're going to shit yourself when you see this. Okay? If we have lows, okay, and the low on the right is slightly higher, that's what? Low resistant lows. Right? We went over that yesterday. I went over it again for you here today just to give you some reiteration. We got new people in the chat. Maybe they can get some value too. These are low resistant lows because the low on the right is higher than the low on the left. So if we know that, what would be something like this? What happens when you have a low and then a lower low? What does that mean? I don't even know where the red is at. There it is. If this is low resistant lows, what would this be? We got a new low on NQ. Damn, Ricky. That's crazy. Fuck today. Screw today. I'm done. Where was the signal, Ricky? You should have called me, dude. Should have called me. You should have said John short. Ricky, you're banned. What's the opposite? If we have low resistant lows, what are these? High resistant lows. High resistant lows. I will take manipulation only because I've told you that before. So if low resistant lows is a target for the downside, and if a lower low is manipulation or a high resistant lows, okay? Here's the secret for today. Are you ready? This is why I said the lows would be left open. Keep this in the back of your mind. This right here. If you see a low and then a slightly lower low, that's a high resistant set of lows. Okay? Keep that in mind. This is where you're going to shit yourself. Now, take a look at the euro. From here to here. Okay? Everything inside, we'll make it teal. Oh yeah, that's a nice color. Makes it really stand out. Look at all the lows on euro. Do you see anything interesting about that? Remember, what are we looking for in this exercise? We're looking for a low and then a slightly lower low and a run higher. Do we have that? We have one right here. We have one right here. I mentioned it to you after this run here, but we got another one right here. And these are all the wrong color too. Damn it. All right. So some of you, like I said, you're going to need new draws. How do I know? You never really know. Okay. I don't want to make it seem like I'm a genius because I'm absolutely not. Trust me. You can trust me on that. And I'm sure a lot of my exes would agree. But these lows down here, right? Oh, those are low resistant lows. Sure. But look at what the euro's doing. Liquidity run. Liquidity run. Liquidity run. Right? Has the high been set? Why on earth would the high be set if we have a set right there at 109.28, which was the price level I gave you, and I said above that, right? Did I not say that? Did I fucking 109.28 and higher and higher and higher? It's there. You were notified of that. So what's above 109.28? Ding, 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 ding. Equal highs. Way up there. Boom. So we have high resistant lows, high resistant lows, high resistant lows, equal highs, equal highs. Why on earth would you want to short? That's some magical shit, ain't it? Man, John said the lows would be left open, and sure as fuck they were left open. We went higher. How did he do it? I am giving you the secret. It's not really a secret, but I'm giving it to you. It's public. But I notified you before we went higher. At 8:13. That was right here. Somewhere in here. It's a 5-minute time frame. It was like I said it right here because that I thought that was going to be the low. So it was like right after liquidity run. I'm like, yeah, that's the low. But we ran this low one more time. And then even with these, those are also equal highs there too. So you have not one, not two, but 3 sets of equal highs. 3 sets of equal highs, and all the lows of the day were high resistant lows. What entry confirmation do you enter on EU today? I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. I didn't trade euro today. I wanted to trade this and I didn't get it. So there's a lack of wick right there, and that's what I wanted, and I didn't get it. So unfortunately, I missed out. By the time the re-entry opportunity presented itself, the RR it wasn't enough. I was like, this thing's gonna be a banger. All of like what, 10 pips or something, like 15 pips. I'm like, it's not enough. I can't frame a good RR here. I just can't do it. So I left it alone. So yeah, I missed out on this one too. But liquidity run. What did I tell you earlier about imbalances? This is the part where if you're not taking notes, you're fucked. You're fucked. If this, okay, look at this right here. There's a low, there's a lower low, right? So what's that? Is that an imbalance right there? Is that an imbalance right there? Yeah. It gets traded through right here. Then back into it. right there. How fucking clean is that? How clean is that? Look at that entire run. Stop run, inversion, down candles, very, very small mitigation here too. There was one right here as well, which I think I shared already. Right there. Boom. 1 minute prior to the stop run. There's an imbalance right there. Traded through. Inversion. Bam. 1 minute down candle. Bam. All for what? 109.28 and above. I gave that to you. Gave it to you. I was off. The timing was off. I ain't gonna lie to you. It did run a low again. You know, I'm not gonna brag too much, okay? I can't do it too much because we did technically make a lower low before we ran that. But nonetheless, I just gave you a lesson that will save you. It will absolutely save you from taking stupid fucking trades. Okay? You must go into your charts and, well, look, I'm not going to be an asshole about it. But if I were you, I'd go into Discord and I would screenshot what I told you just so you have it for your notes. I mean, if you want to write it on your chart, that's fine too. I'm not going to be an asshole about it. But you should write right in this area, or 813 is somewhere up here, like right in here. Right in there, you should instantly see, okay, why would the lows be left open? Why would he say that? All of these here and here and here are high resistant lows. So liquidity run, liquidity run, liquidity run, open highs, open highs, open highs. Now that doesn't even consider at all what the dollar index is doing. We didn't even consider the dollar index, but we still found something high probable just with that alone, just based on liquidity by itself. Now for me, you already know I'm going to look at the dollar. I'm not going to not look at the dollar. What did the dollar have? Well, even though we didn't trade down there, obviously, 102.88. What's the dollar have up here? Are those low resistant highs? No. Is that a low resistant high? No. This high right here? Is that a low resistant high? No. That's not a target. That's not a target either. That is. Now, even though we went higher first, only reason we did that is because we have equal highs right here. We have a short-term high here too. Okay. So it does absorb that. And then guess what? Then it breaks down. And then right there. See that? There's an imbalance right there. That was at 910. Right at 910, we've got open lows here. We've got London's low here at the same time that the euro has all those highs. So right at 910, 915. Okay. Where's the euro? 910, 915, 1 minute inversion. Man, I just gave you some shit today. I just gave you some shit today. Okay. I don't know if I'd consider this an advanced lesson or not. I think it kind of is. But that's some thuggin' shit, dude. I mean, think about that. Again, not to toot my own horn, not to brag all that much, but think about that. I'm coming out to you guys, over 100 people in the Discord. I'm giving you what I think. Lows are going to be left open. I think we're going to trade higher. And then we do that, right? That takes skill, bro. That takes understanding. It's not just 50-50. And sure, I wanted higher ES. We went lower. I got that wrong. I ain't perfect, bro. I'm not. And that's why I opened up the stream with saying, hey, there was some precision today. That was on the euro a little bit later. But, you know, ES, I got the bias wrong. So, you know, there is that. But That's why we manage risk. But that's the biggest key today. That is the biggest lesson I just gave you. How do you know if the low's been set? Manipulation. How do you know if lows are going to be left open? I gave that to you. How do you know if it's going to run higher? I just gave it to you. Okay. So even though it's in a general consolidation and it's right near the middle of the range, I was still right on the bias. That's why. Because it's liquidity. It's all been swept and it's all been open. Once it's been taken, it's going the opposite direction. Straight like that. Okay? That's the biggest lesson for today. And yes, this, oh my shit, Stain, dude, we are fucking lower. Look at that. Yikes. See why I didn't long shot? See why I didn't long? I would have got wrecked. I would have got, and now we're like 20 points below. So that's kind of funny. More measured moves coming, right? But yeah, all of them are lower. They're making high resistant lows now. But again, I'm not interested in long in this market, dude. I'm not interested in long in this market. So, yeah. There's your key takeaway for today. Okay? So all this week, what have you learned all this week? You've learned which imbalance to use, time-wise, location-wise, opening price-wise. How do you know which inverted imbalance to use? Gave it to you. How do you know if lows are going to be left open? Gave it to you. How do you know if the market, if the low's been set to go higher? Gave it to you. What are low resistant lows? Gave it to you. High resistant lows? Gave it to you. Low resistant highs? Gave it to you. Gave you all that information this week. So now you know. You know what to look for. You know when to look for it. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate that. Gonna have to sit in the toilet during your session from now on. Tired of changing my pants. Yeah, sorry about that. Market goes directly in my top setups Telegram channel, where I put only the good setups to study them like it's printing the charts. Yeah, George, that's fine too. I mean, I think Notion would be better. Notion's free. You can make captions and comments and stuff like that, which I just think it's better than Telegram. But I'm not going to stop you from doing what you got to do. Don't let me stop you. So, in closing, I'll say this. I don't know what Obsidian is. What is that? Is that an app or a program? It really sounds like a movie. In closing, I'll say this. The markets are difficult, okay? I don't always get it right. I take losing trades. I take break evens. I'm break even on the day, on the future side, okay? So don't think that I'm perfect, because I'm not. Don't think that I always get it right, because I don't. The biggest thing, and I was talking to one of my students earlier this week, because they had a question on the performance. They're having a performance issue where they were saying that, they take good trades, they take bad trades, but there's no consistent, let me just mark this up. There's no consistent equity growth, meaning, something like this, for example, right? Like there's not, big win, small loss, big win, small, like something like that. And this person was saying they take a good trade, then a bad trade, then a good one, and kind of just like really just generally sideways instead of smooth and uptrending. Right? So, what do you do with that? You have to find a way to eliminate the bad trades. When I tell you guys, hey, it's all about waiting for the good setups, not doing stupid shit in between. This is exactly what I mean. Does it kind of look like a mitigation, or is it like, oh no, That's a mitigation. We've got equal lows. We can short. There's a big difference between trying to force something that isn't there or something that jumps out at you. Okay? Like a spooky ghost on one of those Halloween haunted houses, right? The little ghosts pop out. It pops out at you. It's obvious, right? If the market is not super obvious, if you don't know what the target is, what the liquidity is, and all that, that's not high probability conditions. It's not. It's 50-50. Trading around 50% in ranges, for the most part, is low probability. I proved to you today when it's high probability. So I did give you, I guess, an advanced lesson on that. But look, if you get a banger trade on Monday or a banger trade on Tuesday, you don't have to press buttons on Wednesday. You could be done for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You could just say, all right, I'm done for the week. Especially if you trade futures, and especially if you're like if you have a funded account. I can't, there's different prop firms, there's different, account sizes and all that shit. But I'm going to say this, bro. If you're trading with 50K or above, you only need one good trade a week. That's my honest opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a CPA or anything. I don't even have a college degree, bro. But that's what I believe. It only takes one, maybe two pretty good trades in a week to be done. Look at Ricky, shorting Nasdaq today, not telling me. Right? I don't know where he's short at. I think he said somewhere up here. So, 500 or 400 points or whatever that is for the Nasdaq, bro, that's a banger. He could be done. He could say, yeah, man, Wednesday, I'm taking partials. I'm going to leave a runner on just in case. And now I'm going to go do something else. That's, to me, that's high performance trading. Locking in a win or even two decent trades, locking in something and then just walking away, especially when it's not clear to you. Okay? And the clarity will come with time. I've been doing this 10 years and I got it wrong today. What do you expect? You have to incorporate that. You have to incorporate that you're going to take losses or even break evens, and you can't let that get you down. Man, I thought trading was about making money. Trading is about not getting your ass handed to you. Trading is about losing as little as you can, respecting the risk, and not getting your face ripped off. That's what trading is about. It's about capital preservation first, and then growth second. And that you won't agree with that if you are brand new to trading or if you don't have the right mindset. It's not make money first. Making money is secondary. Preserving capital is first. Not taking stupid trades, that's first. Do you understand? So, yeah, we're just grinding lower at this point. So, anyway, that's going to be it, man. That's what I have for you guys today. So you learned a lot this week. In 3 days, in 3 hours, you learned a lot. So hopefully you guys have notes. If you have, matter of fact, do this for me, because you guys don't do shit for me. You don't even like the fucking stream. Do this real quick. If your handwriting is legible, post notes in the Discord. Post your notes in the general chat if you want to. Because I want to see what it looks like. I have no idea what notes you guys take. I don't know. I never ask either. I always tell you, but I never say, like, let me see them. I want to see this week if you guys have any notes. If you took notes and if you're willing to share, post them in the Discord. I would be curious to see, what it is that you guys write down or what you draw or whatever. So do that, and I would greatly appreciate that. It's an app for note taking. Oh, okay. It's local based, not cloud based like Notion. Oh, Notion is cloud based? Oh, shit. The government's going to be spying on me. They're going to read my book before you guys do. Okay. Yeah, Jonas, I don't know. I don't know. It might. I don't want to see us go lower, but we might. Because that's a stop run right here. But that gap might have been it for ES. That gap might have, you know, that might have been it. And it's hard to say for Nasdaq. I don't know. But we made a 1, 2, 3 high formation right into that Sunday's gap too. I like to watch and mark up alongside what you're watching. No, that's how it should be, Anthony. That's how it should be. All right. So with that being said, guys, y'all have a blessed rest of your day. We'll be here again on Friday for the last live session of the week, the next live session. Thursday, tomorrow, I'll put out the market review. So be good. Don't do anything stupid. And I'll see you on Friday.
Damage, we came to start a war. Taking over advantage while using deadly force. Yeah, disappear that advantage to the abyss, of course. Vengeance, revenge, retaliation is a must. So get the fuck out my face. Get the fuck out my way. Get the fuck out my face. Get the fuck out my face. Get the fuck out my way. Get the fuck out my face.
You